Now, there's a certain demographic of people that are opposed to releasing their music on Amazon, Spotify, or any kind of form of streaming website, putting it out there into the world, into the internets, and having anybody listen to it that way. They're more into buy the music at the show, listen to it on the CD or the cassette or your 8-track player or the vinyl. It's weird though, vinyl's coming back. But regardless, I have come across these people and they are very anti Amazon, anti Spotify, anti anywhere people could just listen to it on their phone via the internet. Now, I get it, times change, people get older, but some of us get stuck with the nostalgia and the idea that everybody still listens to cassettes and CDs just as much as they did back in the day, which is not true. Now let's go back to when people consumed music in certain forms, all the way back to when sheet music. You just buy it at the store, you take it home, and usually every family member would play an instrument in the house, and that would be the form of entertainment back in the day. The family would get together in the living room or on the porch if you're in the Appalachian Mountains, and everyone would grab an instrument and play along the best way they could. Then it got into the form of records, record players. Then you get into cassettes, 8 tracks. And then we got into CDs. And then after CDs, what did we have? We had MP3 downloads off of the internet. Napster was huge way back in the day. People could just download all the music for free. The benefit of downloading MP3s is you didn't have to spend $20 for a CD where one song out of the 12 songs on the CD were good and the rest were crap. So that is why people do consume music that way now. So the way I see it is if you are opposed to anything streaming and you want people to buy your CD, it kind of makes me feel like, okay, so do you only have one good song on your CD and the rest is crap? And you don't want people to find out, so you're not going to stream your stuff? In the back of my head, that's what I think. But I think it's more of just people do feel like it's more of an authentic experience if they listen to their music on an album instead of just streaming piecemeal online. No, I get it. When I started making music as a teenager, CDs were still very popular, and that was like my dream in my head. Oh man, when I make my first album, I get to choose the artwork, see what kind of font I want to use for the track listing on the back of the CD, what I want to write in my thank you notes inside the booklet, all that stuff. I still haven't gotten to that point. I've released albums, but nothing's ever been on CDs. And that is another benefit we should get into. When you stream your album, you don't have to pay to get the albums pressed up like you would have to do CDs. Like you can go the very, very cheapest route and get 100 CDs pressed up for about $100. You could go cheaper than that, but that's if you just want to get the very, very minimal, crappy looking CD. So you spent the money on that CD, and now you have to go through the process of distributing the CD to places and actually trying to sell it instead of paying some service like DistroKid, CD Baby, whatever online. Upload all your tracks to them and they will push it out to Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere imaginable that music is streamed and listened to. Instead of no, I'm going to put it on CD, and if you want my music, you're going to spend $15 on this bad boy because it took money for me to make this. You're gonna take a hit making music these days. It's not like back in the old days where you make 12 songs, put it on a CD, and you make $1,000,000. It's not like that. Even back in the 90s, it was hard for any musician to do that, let alone now. So people see music now as a very, very free and easy thing to get. And streaming isn't just what is popular at the moment and it's going to die out in a year or two. It's been going on for over 10 years now. And if you're not jumping on the train to get your music distributed the easiest and accessible way possible for people to hear you and find out about you, then you really are hurting yourself more than anything else. Every single person that is about 30 years old or younger and makes music knows this already. So the demographic I am speaking to are people my age and above, and they feel like they're too good to jump on to the new thing, which is streaming. I think they kind of feel like they are putting on a My Chemical Romance shirt when they feel like they want to put on an AC/DC shirt more. But that's not the case. I mean, it's music. You're proud of it, right? Why not give it out and have it streamed to the most popular platforms that music is consumed these days? It's a no-brainer to me, but if you feel like that you need to stay true to your roots and only release your music on cassettes and CDs, and that's it, maybe a 7-inch, by all means, go your own way, bro or sis, and enjoy having all that stuff collected dust in your closet because nobody's buying it. Now, the one good thing to having your music pressed up on a CD or a cassette, whatever physical medium, is to have it in a limited quantity. Say, oh, there's only 300 of these ever made, and that will be a way for someone to want to purchase that as a form of a souvenir, more than a thing that they would actually consume your music from. So that is still a great way to still have your music pressed up, just have it as a limited quantity. And, you know, because there's a lot of albums that I've listened to just from streaming or I've just downloaded to where I loved it so much, I just want to have it on a CD. Never opened it up, never pulled out the shrink wrap of it, but it's cool to say that, oh, this album that I really, really love, I do have it on CD. But would I ever listen to it on a CD player? Absolutely not. So, I mean, there's pros and cons to both things, but these days, if you just want to get your music out there, put it up on a streaming service. You know, just make that jump for all you older guys out there and girls, and do it. I promise you, it won't hurt you. It'll only benefit you. All right. That's my rambling for the day. Thank you guys for watching. And if you enjoyed all this stuff and music tutorials, stories I'm going to be telling, everything else, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace out.